to good friends, the ones we hold dear, the ones who will tell us what we need to hear, the ones who love us, right or wrong, and to all those good friends that give you this song.
Well, hello, good friends, and welcome back to The Last Walk, Remember When, with your host, Ron Baumbach. We're going back in time again to the fun time. So, get up off your easy chair, walk over to your fridge, open it up, reach way in the back, get those cubes from the freezer, put them into your nice, tall, slim glass. Take out that bottle of root beer you have sitting around from Hires. Make sure it sizzles and fizzles and tickles your nose. And reach up into your cupboard. Take out a clock bar. Go back to your easy chair. Turn on the lava lamp. Close your eyes. Get ready. It's storytelling time. The Last Walk is back.
Life is too short. We get only one turn. With luck we find beauty, but we sometimes get burned. But if you've had a true friend, or perhaps love, you've experienced the peace of heaven above.
Remember the TV shows from years ago? Can you recall the shows if you hear the theme song? We're going to play a little game today. We're going back to 1950s. Some certain specific shows from the 50s. We're going to play some theme songs, and let's see how good you are at playing along the game. Name the show from the theme song. Are you ready to begin? Let's start the game. And the answer is I Love Lucy, starring Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. How many of you got it right? Let's try another one. Well, what do you think that one is? That was on Sunday nights. One of my all-time favorites. I think it was on just before Dennis the Menace. The show was Lassie, starring June Lockhart. And I forget the kid's name, but a great show. How about one more? So what do you think it is? I think James Arnett started this way back in the 50s. And the show was called Gunsmoke. How many of you got it right? Ready for another? Here's a classic. My wife and I watch it still today. Here it comes. So how many of you got that one right? Do you recall Jerry Mathers as the Beaver? It's Leave It to Beaver. Now, if your memory serves you well, there was a family way back then, and this man was the dad. What was this show called? Younger people may remember him as Dr. Marcus Welby, but back in the 50s, it was Robert Young in Father Knows Best. I believe Jane Wyatt was his wife, and wasn't she once married to Ronald Reagan? And he had Kitten, Princess, and of course, Bud. Ready for another? Here we go!
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
That song always freaked me out. The name of the show was, come on, of course you know it as Dragnet. Speaking of Dragnet, let's do another classic. Yeah, it's a great show. In fact, it's back on TV now, but I think in a somewhat different realm. So, what was the name of the show? One of the best lawyers on TV ever. The one, the only Perry Mason. Here's another one. Get ready. Here it comes. Now, do you know that one? I must recall I had a sneaky peek. I watched the show with my parents, my brothers and sister, but I do not recall the show by the song. I do recall by the name of the lead actress and the daughter and the son and the husband. The Donna Reed Show from the 50s. Here's one that I'm sure you'll recall right away. A real classic. These shows always freaked me out. I was probably not allowed to watch them back then when I was a little tyke. But it was Alfred Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Really frightening shows. I think he did The Birds, didn't he, years ago before that? And a number of other classics like Psycho. Now we go from that to a show that I watched, I think it was Saturday mornings. I watched with my brothers and my sister maybe didn't watch it back then, but maybe you did as well. And I'm sure you enjoyed the two classic heroes on the show who rode around in a horse. Here we go with a theme song. Can you name it?
Horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty Hi-Yo Silver, the Lone Ranger. Hi-Yo Silver! Away!
Of course, you know that's the Lone Ranger. What always drove me nuts about that show, whenever there was a commercial, before the commercial, the Lone Ranger was about to get blown up by some dynamite. It was like the dynamite went to like from 100 feet to 5 feet away. Then you come back from the commercial, and all of a sudden the dynamite, the rope that led to the dynamite, whatever it was now about 25, 30 feet away. And I said, how did that happen in the commercial? All of a sudden, they extended the lifespan of the Lone Ranger. Now here's one that you would never forget. What is it? Now, of course, you see that show on TV. It's still running about 50, 60 years after it last was made, and they only made a few of the shows. For some odd reason, they didn't make many, many more episodes than the original. And as you may know, it's Jackie Gleason and Art Carney and Audrey Meadows and Joyce Randall, I believe, in The Honeymooners. Let's do a few more.
Oh, we're the men of Texaco. We work from Maine to Mexico. There's nothing like this Texaco of ours. Our show tonight is powerful. We'll wow you with an hour full of howls from a shower full of stars. We're the merry Texaco men. Tonight we may be showmen. Tomorrow we'll be servicing your cars.
Now, I don't recall watching this one, but maybe you did. I was not into too much of a theater expert shows back then, more into comedies and cartoons. This is the Texaco Star Theater, way back when. How about another? Now, my brother Dick used to run home from school to watch this in the afternoon. I think it was on ABC TV. A must-see show on ABC, American Bandstand, starring America's teenager Dick Clark.
Heart of a man, a knight without armor in a savage land. His fast gun for hire heeds the calling wind. A soldier of fortune is the man called Pilot.
Now, I didn't watch this show that much, but I know many of my friends did. They were into cowboys, Indians, and rifles. It was Have a Gun, Will Travel. But this show is one I always watched with my family. It is special. Yeah, you recall that show. We never knew what the husband did. He was always around, and he had two boys and his wife named Harriet, and it was The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. A really great TV show, I think also on ABC back in the day. How about this one?
Easier to tame. Riverboat, ring your bell. Fare thee well, Annabelle. Luck is a lady that he loves the best. Nancy's to New Orleans, living on Jackson, Queens. Maverick is a legend of the West. Riverboat, ring your bell.
That's a great trivia question. Who played the lead role in this show called Maverick? How about one more?
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane!
It's Superman! Yes, it's Superman. Strange visitor from another...
Now, if you didn't know that one, you were from a different planet. Maybe from Kryptonite or Krypton. The only thing that could hurt the guy, it was The Adventures of Superman, starring George Reeves. Wow, I love that show. Every single plot. Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, Perry White. I always read those comics as well. I remember Lex Luthor and Mr. McSixelbiths, whatever his name was. I can never pronounce that guy's name. It was something backwards. Anyway, let's keep it going. Let's keep it rolling. We have more shows to play the theme songs of. Here's another one. What is the name of this show?